Even in just the short period of time since the Supreme Court's decision to overturn Roe v. Wade was handed down, we have seen the landscape shift dramatically. Nearly 50 years, there was a constitutional right to abortion up to the point of when a fetus became viable, which is about 24 weeks. In states, particularly in the Midwest and in the South, pregnant people have seen that right either banned or severely curtailed. And the expectation is that additional bans and additional restrictions are going to be taking effect soon. There are a number of court cases that have tied up some of these measures. This has ushered in a new era of court fights over access to abortion. We're seeing challenges to rulings that were handed down by state Supreme Courts. Kansas, for example, has a ballot initiative that will determine whether or not Kansas's constitution protects abortion access. We've also seen a handful of lawmakers in a number of states discussing ways to make it more difficult for their residents to leave the state to obtain an abortion in a state where it is legal.
Just last week in Texas, a group of lawmakers publicized a letter that they sent to a law firm in Texas threatening the firm and each of its partners with felony criminal prosecution and disbarment because of the firm's policy to reimburse its employees for their travel costs associated with traveling out of the state for abortion care.
At the other end of the political spectrum, you've seen some blue states try to accommodate entering their state to obtain an abortion. You've seen a really remarkable shift in the way that states relate to one another. We could see some conservative states asking a blue state to hand over medical records or extradite suspects who are believed to have violated abortion restrictions, and we may find blue states saying, we're not going to cooperate with you. And a lot of these questions are going to be untested. With respect to interstate travel for abortion, there's nowhere in the Constitution that says explicitly that there's a right to travel. The Supreme Court has said that the structure of the Constitution makes it pretty clear that such a right does exist, but there are a number of questions that are going to be raised. And then there's another battlefront here, which has to do with what are called medication abortions. Medication abortion involves the taking of 2 sets of pills relatively early into a pregnancy. And these can be prescribed through telehealth. A handful of conservative states have said they don't want doctors to be able to do this. They've made it more difficult for residents in their state to obtain medication abortion. Meanwhile, the Department of Justice has signaled that it is quite interested in protecting the prerogatives of federal agencies. It will do what it can to make sure that medication abortion remains widely available across the country.